All right, welcome once again. Congratulations. This will be the final session of our business planning workshop. And in this session, we are going to be looking at the almighty financial plan. Okay, so the financial plan is one of the most important components of every business plan. And today we are going to look at how you will go about developing yours. Previously, we have looked at how to develop your executive summary, your business description, market analysis, your organization and management structure, your product and service description, then your marketing and sales strategy. Then last session we looked at operational plan, and then today we are going to look at financial plan. Now, the financial plan section of your business plan is the session that deals with the financial health of your business and financial projections, right? When we talk about financial health, we want to know how healthy your business is financially. This refers to the ability of your business to generate money, and also the ability of your business to sustain money, and the ability of business to be able to weigh in profits, to be able to earn profits, right? And to continue in business for a very long time, still making profits. You understand? So that is what we mean by financial health, in such a way that you don't go into debt. If you're already in debt, this session also deals with it. What are your debts and how are you managing your debt? What strategies are you going to use to clear your debt? You understand? So these are still part of things that we are going to assess in the financial plan. So let's dive into it and go into and look into the various sessions of your financial plan. The first section of your financial plan is your financial objectives. In one paragraph or maybe two, depending on how well you are, on what points you are trying to make, and how well you are trying to drive on your point, you are going to explain to us what your objectives are, measurable financial goals, your revenue target, your profitability margin or your profit margin. What will be your profit margin? And then your profit timeline. When is the business going to start making profit? We all know, investors, everybody will know that once you are starting your business, you're not going to start making profit from day one. So, but we want to know how long it's going to take you to make profit, including you yourself. You want to know when will your business start making profit. Please take this from me. Your business is not going to start making profit from day one. It's not going to start making profit from the first month, first 3 months, first 6 months. Sometimes even within the first year, you will still be using your own personal money or borrowed money to still run the business. So, but we want to know specifically how long, right? What is the profitability timeline? So these are things you are going to capture in your financial objectives. Once you are done with this session, then you move to the second session, which is what your startup budget. Assuming the business is just starting, you're just about to start the business. How much do you need to start the business? What are the money? How much do you need to launch the business? How much do you need for rent? Do you need for equipment? Do you need for marketing? Do you need for raw materials? Do you need for employment, for staff, for paying salaries? How much do you need? Because once you are going to start this, depending on the scale on which you are going to start, whether you are going to start on a large scale or you are starting on a very micro scale, you will still need 1 or 2 people to support you. So how much are you going to pay those people? What will it cost you to rent a space, assuming you are going to rent and you are not starting from home? Of course, you can start from home, which will save you the rent and reduce your cost of startup or your startup cost, right? So in session 2, in the second sessions of your business plan, we are going to we are going to state your startup budget. You are going to tell us about your startup budget, what it will cost you to start up. Then once you are done with that, we move to the third session, which has to do with your revenue projection. Here you estimate your monthly and yearly revenue based on the market size and your pricing strategy. This is very, very important. If you are using a penetration, let's say you want to sell your product for 10,000, but you are using a penetration pricing strategy. That means your product for the first 3 months or the first 1 month is not going to sell for 10,000. So that is going to affect your revenue. So once you come to your revenue projections, you need to make reference to every other plans that you have made before now, because under your marketing and sales strategy, you have your pricing strategy. So look at that, your pricing strategy, and see how that pricing strategy is going to impact your revenue. So you're also going to state your revenue on a monthly basis. Month 1, how much will the business be able to generate? How much product are you targeting to sell? If you're able to sell those number of products, how much can you generate? The next is what break projections into what products as service what category. Now once you have estimated that, okay, in January I will be able to make 50,000, or in January I will be able to make 5 million. Now, where are you going to make that 5 million from? Definitely from your product or services. So tell us, how many products are you going to sell to be able to buy, to be able to generate that 6 million or that 5 million or that 2 million or that 100,000 naira in January? Are we together? So that is very, that is what we're talking about. That is very, very important. I need to detail it here. Now, once you are done with your revenue projection, you move to your operating cost. Your operating cost is how much it will cost you to keep the business running on a daily basis. Now, they include 2 different types of costs. We have what we call the fixed cost and the variable cost. Fixed costs are costs that are fixed. They are there on yearly basis or monthly basis you are going to pay them. We are talking about things like what? Rent. We are talking about things like salaries, right? And then your variable costs. Your variable costs are going to include things like ingredients, packaging, branding, things that you are going to spend on packaging your product, what you are going to spend on buying raw materials, to be able to produce and all that. These are what we call your variable cost. So you are going to detail your fixed cost and your variable cost, and I'm sure that for yourself, it's also very, very important that before you start your business, you should know all of this, and it even matters more even to investors. You may not care, but investors care. They want to know how the business is going to be spending money. Okay, so the 5th session is the profit and loss P&L statement. Profit and loss statement. Now, this profit and loss statement helps us to assess the here you are going to state your revenue, your running cost, and then your net profit for the first 1 to 2 years. You already know that every business plan at least will have to cover a period, whether 6 months, 1 year at least. I would advise you to at least cover 1 year, especially if what you are preparing is a startup plan. If it is a startup plan, it should be at least 1 year, but of course you can take it up to 3 years. So if it is covering 3 years, then you need to show us your P&L statement, profit and loss statement for those periods. All of these things are just projections, right? If it is a good plan, you will have to do the same thing, right? The next is your cash flow statement. Your cash flow statement highlights cash flows and cash inflows and cash outflows, cash inflows and cash outflows. Some such as sales, investment, then outflows such as expenses, debt repayment. So you need to show us the plan and how you will be able to carry out sales and also carry out investment when necessary, and then your expenses and all that. Then the 7th is what? Balance sheet. Your balance sheet will include your assets, liabilities, and then equity. The essence is to give us a snapshot of the business and financial position. Remember, we talked about business health and financial health earlier, right? It is from your balance sheet that we will know, whether the business is healthy financially or not, and that is very, very important to investors and even to you yourself. You want to know if your business is still financially stable or not. Then number 8 is what the 8th session is what break-even analysis. You want to be able to calculate the points where your revenue equals total cost, ensuring no loss or profit. So break-even analysis is that point. Break-even is that point where the business is able to cover all expenses by itself. So at this point, remember that we have mentioned earlier that as an entrepreneur, you are starting your business is not going to start making profit from day one. So your break-even analysis will tell you when you stop funding the business with your personal money. Because from the beginning, you are going to start you are going to continue funding the business with your personal money or maybe loan or whatever like this. right? Wherever you are getting money from, you are going to be using that money to be funding the business. And your breaking even analysis tells you when the business will get to that the business will no longer require your personal money. It may not bring in profit at that point yet, but at least you will no longer be giving it your pocket money, right? Then the ninth section is what your funding requirements. You want to tell us how you are going, what amount of money you need, and what you want to use the money for, right? So you want to specify what the amount of money you need, how you are going to use it. Is it for paying rent? Is it for example, you want to take a loan now, you want to specify what are you going to use the loan for, right? Or maybe you are looking for an equity investment. What are you going to use that investment for? Is it for expansion? Is it for buying equipment? Whatever it is. And then how are you going to be payment plan? Then how are you going to pay back that money? All of them falls under this section 9. You have to tell us how you are going to pay back the money, assuming you are able to get the money. Then number 10th and the very last section is what risk and contingency plan. Of course, there are going to be risks in the process of your business. There are going to be some financial risks such as inflation, currency fluctuations, drop in sales. There are going to be a number of things that are going to come up. How are you going to manage it? So you need to be able to detail it, especially as it affects your finance. How are you going to make sure that the business is still able to make the amount of money it can make, even though sales have dropped, even though there is inflation, right? So these are very, very important things that you need to factor in when you are making your contingency plan. All right. So like I said, this is the last session of the financial plan, and the financial plan is the last session and the last chapter of your business plan drafting. Thank you very much for participating in this workshop. As a matter of fact, I want to congratulate you for the perseverance, for being here, for the commitment. I want to believe that by now many of you already have your business plan on ground, and we want to see it. We want to congratulate you and appreciate you by taking a professional look at your business plan for free. So send us your business plan. There is an email in the description. Send us your business plan, and then we will review it, we'll look at it and help you make some corrections that can help you, make sure that your business plan is top notch. So thank you very, very much for participating, and there are other videos on our YouTube channel that you are going to find very, very useful. So please visit our YouTube channel. Then also our blog post on our website, on our main website. We have a blog post. Check that post. If you check the blog, you are going to see a lot of content that has to do with entrepreneurship that you're also going to find very, very instrumental and very, very useful to you as an entrepreneur. Once again, I want to wish you success in your entrepreneurial journey.